All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back for another deep dive. When you're prepping for the UPSC, staying updated on current affairs is super important, especially when those issues, touch on things like our political system.
Definitely. It's like those current events questions, right? Where you've got to know the facts, the
Mhm.
context.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why we're tackling this whole duplicate voter ID thing that's been making headlines in India. Political parties are going back and forth, and we're going to, help you cut through all that noise and get to the bottom of what's actually going on.
Because for the UPSC, you can't just have opinions. You got to back it up with solid facts, right?
Absolutely. Okay, so to set the stage, we've got opposition parties claiming that duplicate voter IDs exist, and they're saying this could lead to, like, voter fraud, right?
Huge accusations. And, before we jump into all that, we should probably make sure we're clear on what we mean by, voter ID in the first place.
Good point. So we're talking about the EPICs, right? The electoral photo identity card.
Exactly. The epic. It's like your golden ticket to vote in India. But it's not just an ID, right?
No, definitely not. Like, it's not your driver's license or something.
No. Your epic is directly linked to your right to vote in a specific constituency.
So you're registered in a particular place, and that's where your epic is valid, right?
Precisely.
Okay, so now the big question is, what about these duplicate EPIC numbers everyone's talking about? Like, the Election Commission has said, yes, some of them are duplicated, but they're also saying it doesn't mean there are, fake voters out there.
Yeah, it sounds a little confusing, right?
Totally. How can you have the same EPIC number and not have it be, a recipe for people voting multiple times?
Well, the thing is, the older system had different states using, get this, the same alphanumeric series for their epics. So it's like imagine two states both issuing epics that, start with the same letters and numbers.
Ah, so it's like if, like, two people had the same social security number, but they lived in, like, different countries. It's more of a technical overlap than, like, people intentionally creating fake IDs.
Yeah, exactly. It's a system glitch, not necessarily malicious.
But wouldn't that still mean that, theoretically, someone could try to vote twice using that same EPIC number?
That's a smart question. But here's the thing. The EPIC itself is mostly for identification. It's the electoral roll, that list of everyone who's eligible to vote in a certain area that really matters.
So even if two EPIC numbers are the same, those two people would have different names, different addresses, and would only be able to vote at their assigned polling station, right?
Exactly. Plus, at each polling station, they have the physical copy of the electoral roll, and the officials check all your details before you can vote. It's not like you can just walk in anywhere and, flash an EPIC.
Okay, that clarifies things a bit. But, the opposition parties are still worried. What's their concern about potential misuse, even if it's not intentional?
Well, their fear is that even small errors, like a name spelled two different ways or slight address discrepancies on the voter rolls, could be exploited. It doesn't have to be full-on fake voters.
So they're saying the database itself, even without deliberate fraud, could have vulnerabilities that, someone could take advantage of during elections.
Right. And it's a valid point. The Election Commission is actually working on this, though. They're using this system called ERONET.
ERONET, what's that?
So ERONET stands for Electoral Roll Network. It's basically this huge online system the Election Commission uses to manage and update all those electoral rolls.
So they're trying to make the whole system more accurate and transparent with this ERONET thing.
Yep, exactly. And one of the big things they're doing is assigning unique epic numbers across the whole country. That way you can't have duplicates anymore, and it addresses those concerns the opposition has.
Makes sense. This whole situation really shows you how something as, like, technical as the EPP system can become a big political issue. And for anyone prepping for the UPSC, understanding both sides of the argument, the technical side and the political side, is super important for answering questions about this on the exam.
Definitely. Knowing the details A&D, the broader context is key.
Absolutely. So there you have it, everyone. We've just scratched the surface of this whole duplicate voter ID issue. It's complicated stuff, but hopefully this deep dive has given you a good starting point for, understanding what's going on.
And don't forget, this is just one piece of the puzzle. There's always more to explore.
Exactly. We'd love to hear your thoughts and questions about this whole thing. So drop a comment below, let us know what you're thinking. And of course, if you want to dig deeper into the source material, you can check out the full article in the Indian Express.
And while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future deep dives.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Until next time, keep learning and keep those brains buzzing.
See you soon.